You check the time on your phone, your watch, your computer. You think you know what time it is. But what if I told you your local time is just a convenient fiction? That beneath our world of competing time zones, there's a single, silent time standard that governs the internet, global finance, and even space travel. This isn't the time you see on the wall. This is the real time, a hidden heartbeat dictating the rhythm of the modern world. This is the story of UTC, Coordinated Universal Time, one of the most powerful and misunderstood technologies on Earth. And it's the story of why the world's timekeepers just made a historic decision to change it forever. A world of chaos before this universal standard, the world was a scheduling nightmare. Imagine a time, not so long ago, when there wasn't one time. There were thousands. Every city and town lived in its own little bubble of time, dictated by the moment the sun reached its highest point in the sky. Noon in one town could be 12:07 in the next town over. For most of human history, this didn't really matter. Your world was small, and so was your time. Then, the world got a whole lot smaller. The invention of the railroad in the 19th century was a revolution in steel and steam, but it was a catastrophe for timekeeping. How do you publish a train schedule when every stop has its own unique local time? The short answer is, you can't. The confusion was maddening, and the risk of accidents was terrifyingly real. Global trade was a mess. A business in London could send a telegraph, and because of the uncoordinated clocks, it could theoretically arrive in New York before it was even sent. Humanity had built a global village, but everyone was looking at a different clock. Something had to be done. The battle to own time. This chaos led to a major geopolitical moment, the fight to standardize time. In 1884, representatives from 26 nations gathered for the International Meridian Conference. On the surface, it was about science and maps. In reality, it was a high-stakes debate for control. The result? The world agreed on a prime meridian, 0 degrees longitude, to be established in Greenwich, England. This gave birth to Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT, as the world's official reference point. The chaos was finally being tamed. While the conference established the Universal Day, the world's division into 24 time zones would be gradually adopted by individual nations afterward. But the solution had a flaw. GMT was based on the rotation of the Earth, a clock that seems steady to us but is actually a bit wobbly on a cosmic scale. Its rotation is constantly, unpredictably slowing down, mostly due to the gravitational pull of the Moon. As technology raced into the 20th century, we needed something better. We needed a clock that didn't wobble. So, the world stopped only listening to the sun and started listening to the atom. In 1955, scientists created the first cesium atomic clock, which used the incredibly regular vibration of the cesium-133 atom. They used this to create a new definition for the second, exactly 9,192,631,770 cycles of radiation from a cesium atom. Based on this hyper-precise second, a new, purely atomic time scale called International Atomic Time, TAI, was established. Then, in 1972, a refined, coordinated system for civil time was formally introduced, Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. This wasn't a time zone, it was a time standard, a silent ruler, ticking with the flawless rhythm of physics. UTC's hidden empire. You may have never given it a second thought, but your entire digital life relies on UTC. It is the universal reference time that all computers, servers, and networks on Earth use to coordinate. When you send an email, servers stamp it in UTC to create a universal record. When you make a bank transaction, financial systems use UTC timestamps down to the microsecond to ensure trillions of dollars in trades are processed in the right order. The internet itself is built on a foundation of accurate time. Many critical functions, from secure connections that validate certificates to the server logs that help fix outages, depend on clocks being reasonably synchronized. The common language they all speak is UTC. But UTC's empire extends beyond the digital. It reaches into space. Take the Global Positioning System, or GPS. Your phone calculates your location by measuring the tiny differences in time it takes to receive signals from multiple satellites. For this to work, the clocks on all those satellites have to be in perfect sync. But here's a twist, they don't sync directly to UTC. They run on their own GPS time, a continuous atomic clock that doesn't have leap seconds. GPS time has a fixed offset from UTC, so the system constantly broadcasts the correction needed for your phone to display the correct UTC-based local time. Engineers even had to program the satellites to account for Einstein's theory of relativity. Because of their speed and distance from Earth's gravity, time literally ticks faster for them. Their clocks are constantly being corrected for these effects to stay aligned with GPS time, ensuring the whole system works. Without these corrections, GPS would fail worldwide within minutes, causing navigation errors that grow by miles every day. The Great Confusion and the leap second drama now, this is where most people get confused. You hear GMT and UTC and think they're the same. For most casual purposes, they appear identical, but they are fundamentally different. GMT is a time zone, while UTC is the modern time standard. And the critical difference between them comes down to a tiny, controversial invention: the leap second. Because Earth's rotation is irregular, our solar day is slowly getting longer on average. Atomic time, however, is ruthlessly consistent. To keep our atomic clocks from drifting too far from the sun, scientists created UTC as a compromise. It's based on atomic seconds, but it's also kept within 0.9 seconds of solar time. To do this, they decided to occasionally add a leap second. Since 1972, 27 leap seconds have been added to let the wobbling Earth catch up. But this solution created a new kind of chaos. For you and me, a single second is nothing. For a computer network or a stock market algorithm, an unexpected extra second can be a nightmare. It's like a bug in the code of reality. These leap seconds have been cited as a cause of major internet outages, and engineers at tech giants like Google and Meta have described them as a risky practice that creates major problems. Then, the drama took an even stranger turn. For a while, the Earth's rotation actually started speeding up, raising the terrifying possibility of needing a negative leap second, deleting a second from time. That's something that has never been done and for which many systems are completely unprepared. In a wild twist, a 2024 study revealed that the melting of polar ice has actually slowed the Earth's acceleration just enough to delay the need for this negative leap second, giving humanity a temporary reprieve. The future of time: this drama became too much. The risk to our digital world was too great. And so, in late 2022, in a historic decision, the world's timekeepers voted to phase out the leap second. By 2035, they plan to stop adding leap seconds to UTC. For the first time, we have officially decided that the stability of our technology is more important than keeping our clocks perfectly aligned with the sun. Our atomic time will now be allowed to slowly drift away from astronomical time. This isn't the end of the story. Even now, scientists are building the next generation of timekeepers. Optical clocks using elements like strontium and ytterbium are so precise they make today's atomic clocks look like grandfather clocks. The best experimental optical clocks are so stable, they wouldn't lose a single second in over 30 billion years, more than twice the age of the universe. These devices will eventually lead to a complete redefinition of the second itself, giving humanity an even more precise ruler to measure reality. The systems that control our world are often hidden in plain sight, and understanding them is the first step to understanding the future. If you enjoy exploring the hidden frameworks that run our planet, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more. UTC is more than just a time standard, it's a testament to human ingenuity. It's proof that we can build systems that are more stable than the planet we live on. From the chaos of clashing train schedules to a future where we literally redefine the second, the story of time is the story of our civilization. Without a shared time, there is no shared reality. So the next time you glance at your phone, remember what you're really looking at. You're not just seeing your local, convenient fiction. You are seeing a perfectly calculated offset from a single, silent, atomic heartbeat that synchronizes all of humanity. You're looking at a piece of the invisible infrastructure that holds our entire world together. What's the most surprising thing you learned about UTC? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.